horror fans, once again, it's the Horror Miser Monty G. Yes, I'm about to do a recap of last night's thrilling episode of American Horror Story Apocalypse. Yes, let's get this party started. So, as the episode begins, we see that Madison and I think he pronounced his name as Chablis. I guess that's how you pronounce it. They are pretending to be a married couple. The retailer tells them that the house is being sold at very cheap, but they're not responsible for any suicides, mass murders, or any other shenanigans. They take a look at the house. They look up. He waves a hand. They open up the gate, and into Murder House they go. Roll the opening credits! Now, of course, Madison and Chablis, they're there to find out any information they can about Michael Landon because they feel as though he's not what he appears to be. Now, of course, we all know what Michael Landon is, but this is just basically for their information, not for the audience. We're here just to enjoy the return of Murder House. After they say an incantation to get the spirits to come up, who do we see? Well, we see Ben and Tate. Yes, they're back. It seems like Ben is still trying to give therapy to Tate because he's still pining over Violet. Yes, Violet makes her appearance here. She's smoking. She wants nothing to do with Tate because, hey, look, he did had sex with her mother and she got pregnant. And, of course, she shot up all those people in the school and killed other people. But I digress. Madison and Chablis asked him about anything about Michael Landon. And they, looked at them as like, what? How much more deader can you make us be than we already are? Which is a nice line that Dylan McDermott does. I thought that was very funny. Eventually, we also see the return of Sarah Paulson as Billie Dean Howard, the medium. Yes, she said she's the only one that's alive that the spirits can talk to because she can communicate with them. And, of course, they're fussing at her, and then we see the ominous voice. Who do you think you are, coming in here, spawning and spilling around, spilling vulgarities? The voice groans, and they say, who the hell are you? And, of course, we see Jessica Lange in her blonde, elegant rays. I'm Constance Langdon, she says, and this is my fucking house. Yeah, Jessica Lange's back, yeah. That applause you hear is everybody from season 1 is just going crazy because she is back. Now, of course, everybody knows that Constance knows, if anyone knows anything about Michael, it's Constance. But before she allows us to tell them anything, she wants Myra gone. They're still at each other all this time. Even in eternity, she can't stand the woman at all. So the witches, Madison and Chablis, they find her bones, and a very nice send-off that I thought the writers decided to do with Myra. They decided her to see her mother in the graveyard, and they have this nice little reunion, and they walk off into the sunset in the clouds in the cemetery, and I thought it was a nice send-off for the character. So God bless Myra, and God bless the writer for giving that character a nice send-off. I thought it was a decent way that what they did. And now we get to find out more about Michael. Now, Constance, Jessica Lange does this the only way Jessica Lange can do it. She tells how the fact that, when she actually took Michael away after everyone supposedly thought the baby had died in childbirth and Vinny had died during childbirth, she took the boy in for as her own because she said she was born to be a mother and all other attempts of motherhood had failed. But try as she might, she did not know, even with Michael's homicidal tendencies, even he was a baby, she thought she could cure him of it. He started with flies, then he started with cats. He eventually killed his babysitter that we saw at the season finale of Murder House when he killed the babysitter. This kid is dangerous. Now, Constance said it wasn't until the next day when she woke up to take Michael to school. What's this? Michael's aged. He's sprang up. He's no longer a kid anymore. He's a grown-ass man. What the hell's going on here? It's to the point that it scared the shit out of Constance so much that she knew that there was something wrong with that boy, more than the fact that he was a homicidal maniac or a sociopath. He said there's something supernaturally wrong with that boy. Scared her so much that she goes into the house and takes a bunch of pills, plays a nice song, and kills herself in the house. so that way she can be a mother for eternity, knowing because you've died in the house, you're going to be a spirit in the house. You're not going to rest eternal. So that was the end of Constance, and I thought it was very well done. Her final words were, "I was born to meet a mother. Why not die to be one too?" she says to Madison and Chablis. But we have more other people to interact with this one. It looks like Ben decides to try his best at trying to deal with Michael. After Michael was crying and he said he wants to be good, Ben tries his best to do therapy on Michael. But unfortunately, after a bad argument with Tate, he goes back to his evil ways, performing surgery on the Black Dahlia. Yeah, we get an appearance by Mia Servina as the Black Dahlia once again. But it wasn't until that a lesbian couple moves into the house, and what does Michael do? Not only does he kill them with the quickness, he actually burns their ghost. I mean, he shows his first use of magical powers, or the power that he has within him, burns them out of existence. And that's what Ben tells Madison and Chablis. He says, he didn't just kill them, he wiped them out of existence. There's something really wrong with this kid. And Ben said, that's it, I'm not touching anywhere near this kid at all. Now, we finally get to see Connie Britton returns as Vivian, and she's the one that actually will tell them what Michael really is. He stayed in the house until some Satanists came there, and they decided they felt as though that they know who he is. And this is the first time we actually see Maud come into the play right here, or Mead, if you want to call her. They kidnap a virgin, and they stab the poor woman to death, and they allow Michael to eat her still beating heart. And behind him you see an image that I guess is supposed to be Lucifer, his real father, and he says, "Father." And that is the first time that everyone realizes that who he really is. He's the Antichrist. Yes. Vivian tries her best to kill him because he said, "There's no way in the world I can't let this son of mine live because he's not my son." She actually makes a nice line saying he's not Ben's father, he's not Tate's father. He's whatever evil this house is, that's who gave birth to him. She tries to kill him, and while we see a close shot, we see the evidence of who he is with the 3 6s, Omen style, on the back of his head. He tries to burn Vivian, but Tate saves her from becoming an eternal, I guess you could say, wipe from existence. Now, knowing who Michael is, Madison and Chablis have to go back and find a way to stop him. They don't know how, but they know that there's simply no way in the world that he can be the supreme, because they know that the end of the world is coming. Hence, that's what Vivian said, that he cannot be allowed to live, because if he lives, it's going to be the end of the world. And of course, we've already know that the end of the world has already happened. And you got to give credit for this episode, because we all knew who Michael was when this season first started. Now, of course, obviously neither Madison or Chablis or anybody else know who he is. And so, despite the fact that we already knew who Michael was, this episode, I guess you could say, was a dedication to the fans. That's what I think what Ryan Murphy and his writers did, because they did a fantastic job bringing back mostly all the main characters from the season 1. You know, it's nice to see, obviously Jessica Lange return. I'll get my words right. It was nice to see Jessica Lange return. It was nice to see Dylan McDermott, Connie Britton, Teresa Farmiga goes back playing Violet. We see Sarah Paulson once again playing Billy Dean Howard. It's kind of fascinating to me that here you have the same actors playing different roles, while Madison and Chablis really don't say anything about, you look just like Fiona, Cordelia's wife. Cordelia's mother. You look just like Zoe. Yeah, it's kind of fascinating that they didn't say that. But hey, what you're going to do is the miracle of television. So, my horror fans, did you absolutely enjoy that decent episode of American Horror Story? Was it nice to see Jessica Lange come back again? Leave your comments down in your comment section below and tell me what you thought about this episode, which was obviously titled The Return of Murder House. Well, that's my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up and share because it does help the channel out a lot. And once again, this is your first time here, please hit the subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you can come and enjoy the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules. I'll see you guys later. I'm out.